Hello, my name is Micah Hughes. In an effort to understand the work of Jonathan Edwards and the contemporaries of his day, Stephen Stein, a faculty member of the Department of Religious Studies at Indiana University, wrote an article in 1978 entitled For the Spiritual Good, analyzing the prayers of Edwards' parishioners in Northampton between the 1730s and the 1740s. Members of his congregation would write their prayer requests on small slips of paper to be brought before assembly or for collective prayer. Due to the scarcity of writing materials, as indicated by David Copeland in Press, Politics, and the Political Sphere in Europe and North America, Edwards would save the slips and oftentimes sew them into booklets to be used for his sermons or his private notebooks, writing on the backside of these pieces of paper. As a result, he preserved many of the prayer requests of members of his congregation that historians have used to gain insight into Edwards' thinking, as well as the people of the day as it related to religious thought. Through Stein's systematic search among the Edwards papers in the libraries of the Yale University and Andover Newton Theological School, he located 99 of these prayer requests, or prayer bids as they were known. Stein stated that the documents have a direct bearing on the continuing debate concerning the impact of religion on the common people in the colonial Americas. The language of the petitions were consistently simple and spare, free of emotional display or dramatic elaboration, even though the feelings given rise to the request were highly charged. Stein indicated that their request for prayer indicated a great deal about the religious ideas and practices of Edwards' congregation, as well as Edwards' influences through his sermons and ministries upon their thinkings. As expressed by Scheich in the writings of Jonathan Edwards' theme, motif, and style, there was a theology that Edwards preached of total dependence upon God, where people desired only the will and pleasure of God as they communicated in their prayers. Waiting upon the Lord was not considered an inactive task, but one of being active in God's plan. The prayer requests consistently mention the spiritual good, which means for them having God work in their lives to perfect His grace or Christian virtue. The ability to see the will of God in their lives and through the events they experienced. The people of Northampton did not reject the classic theological language of their tradition. Not one word was mentioned of conversion in their prayers, which was a hot topic during the Great Awakening. From their prayer request, it was also revealed that they rejected formal worship. The congregation was the primary context for public prayer, and their petitions were addressed to the congregation, not the minister, since they believed in the priesthood of all believers. But what influence did Edwards have upon the people through his ministry? The prayer request of the people included those outside their community, and oftentimes the poor Negro slaves and those who were unconverted. McClymond and McDermott, in the Theology of Jonathan Edwards, stated that Edwards taught that they need to work with all their citizens towards a common goal of assisting those in need, even the unconverted. This was his theology of love. The very manifestation of spiritual renewal at Northampton was indicative of Edwards' spiritual leadership as demonstrated through his preachings and the prayer requests of his congregation. Thank you.